Alright everyone, welcome to Atlanta, and tonight there's a show here at the Gwinnett Center. You too can win on MetOnTour. Alright everyone, and back with my own one here. Alright, so we're outside the Gwinnett Center here, and it's MetOnTour's Truly checking in with you. And today we're going to do something really special. We're going to hook up with our old tour manager, Tony Smith, and deliver your questions. And it's going to be really fun. Alright, I catch up with you in a bit. The band should be here in about 20 minutes or so. They stayed in town last night, so could be really fun. Metallica, baby! Alright, so it could be a fun time tonight, so stay tuned and keep watching. And you know which channel, no, it's actually MetOnTour.com. Alright, see ya.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, if we decidedly handle this Georgia,
for the championship game, theirs is the toughest.
Absolutely. Then we're saying Oklahoma would have to pretty much beat out everybody by like 30 points in order to get the full chance to change the line.
Go, 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 go!
Yeah! Outside the Gwinnett Center, and we found some fans that want to be on the silly website, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
All the way from Charlotte.
Yes!
So I heard there are two girls that are virgins here.
That's right.
And
Not
then,
for long, baby.
But then you haven't been to Metallica show either.
No. Can't wait.
All right. How about you there?
Oh, this is our second. We saw him in Charlotte. It is awesome.
Oh, yeah?
We cannot wait.
What was the best part of the show?
One. Definitely one.
Was it quiet?
What's up, Nicholas?
Yeah!
No, it's not quiet. The explosion, awesome. Cannot wait.
Pyro was good?
Excellent. Excellent.
So which song was the biggest surprise of the night?
In Charlotte?
Yep.
Probably Harvester of Sorrow.
Oh.
But we're hoping they play Fade to Black or Bells tonight. That's what we want.
For Whom the Bell Tolls.
For Whom the Bell Tolls. That's right.
That's the favorite song?
That's I cover that song with my band.
Oh, what's the name of your band? Let's plug it.
Oh, well, we don't have a name. We just play.
Come up with a name.
All right, come up with a name.
Yeah. Right here on the spot.
Hurry up,
what's
Nick.
the name of your band?
Mental Abortion.
There you go. All right. So go and check that up online. You got your own website soon,
Oh, no.
right? You better hurry up and get it.
Oh yeah.
You excited about the show?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't joke with another one who wants to be on the website, right?
Hey, you took a picture of my tattoo in Indy.
Let's check
backstage.
It out. You still have it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I still got it. Check it out. You gotta pull that shit down though. You gotta pull that shit down. So you can
I got to pull her with me.
Somebody pull it down. There you go.
There you go. All right.
Do you remember taking a picture of it in Indy? Backstage at the meet and greet. Me and the other guy had the scary guy on his arm.
Oh yeah, for our tattoo book.
Yep.
So what do you think of that show?
It was awesome.
How
Got
many
to
years
jump in the fire. Total?
Yeah.
11.
11.
Since 97.
Okay. So which show has been the best so far? Of those 11.
This show right here. That was the shit. We got Phantom Lord. That was awesome.
Right.
And Detroit Rock City. That was cool.
So what are you hoping for tonight?
Dyer's Eve.
All right. We see if we can make.
Dyer's Eve. And my boy, I brought my boy with me. He's never seen him before. He wants to hear Fade to Black. Fade to Black. Tell Toby. Tell them all. Fade to Black for my boy.
No, not MetOnTour. Come on, let me show you a tour bus. All right. Here we are, and this is bus number. I'm not going to give away the number. Bus number 4, and this is where this is where I travel around, and also the rest of the backline guys, guitar techs, drum techs, the band's techs basically travel on this bus. So there we got one of the techs, very famous No Future band, Chad. He doesn't want to be on the. Yeah. Here's Chad.
No habla. No habla.
Yeah, he doesn't have a work visa, that's why. Alright, so anyway, welcome to our bus, and this is how a typical tour bus looks like. You have a little front area, and this is normally where I do most of my...
Thanks for cleaning up, buddy.
All right, buddy. You're welcome, buddy. So normally, this is where I do all my editing, all my video editing, and maybe have a little King of the Hill right now going on. Yeah, we got a little shot of that, our TV. And also, if the cameraman can go straight up in the air, got a little mirror. Don't even ask me why in the heck. Uh-oh, you're gonna see my bald spot now. Don't even ask me why in the heck we got that mirror. It's not used for anything. Anyway, so here we are. So let's come on. Here we got a little small kitchen, and every day we get food, lots of food, and this is what I live off when we're on tour. Easy Macs. You too can buy Easy Macs. They taste great. And then we continue here. And we've got a lot of lean pockets. Don't ask me why we do lean, because it doesn't work. Got little drinks in the back. We have milk. You see how healthy we are? Orange juice, shakes, everything, and little hot dogs. And then also here is our stash of brewskis that normally empties out at the end of the day. And then come with me. The microwave, got everything. Here's also another set where you can be. Here's the bathroom. And let me tell you something for you that don't know or haven't been on a tour bus. If you ever come on a tour bus and you got to go in the bathroom, you cannot do number 2, cannot poop, and you cannot put any paper down the toilet. That's a very big no-no. And of course I had some friends out a couple of weeks ago and I forgot to tell them that, so shit stank, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so come on here. We are, I think we're 9 people staying on this bus, but we have 12 bunks. So little junk bunks here where you put all your shite. And that is my bunk there. And you know what? I can hardly fit with all my gear and all my videotapes and everything. Watch out so you don't fill my cell phone number there. Alright, so we got some more bunks here. And then we have the back area where you can hang out, watch TV. If you have some friends come over, you can do that. But we don't have any friends, so that's it.
So it's not so interesting.
Yeah, and there is Fleming. He loves being on video. That's why you've seen so much of him. Anyway, so this is that's a tour bus for you. And here, veggie pasty something for Fleming. There you go. Maybe you can win this on MetOnTour. Anyway, so that's the tour bus. I thought I'd show you something that you haven't seen before. And maybe you haven't, or maybe you have. But now you have. See ya.
Security or control. That's Earthling.
How's the back lounge on the back line bus? What's happening?
$17.95 a month. Call 800-828-4758 or visit these retailers. Earthlink revolves around you. This briefing continues now with Kings and Beasts.
Prøv kameraet mod dig selv. Du skal prøve at vende op.
Where the archaeologist is standing, and near the it's the sort of architecture of the building.
But either entranced or appalled by subjects. And like many family firms, they had a capacity for both creation.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? I don't have anybody in here with me. No, I don't. No, I'm working hard.
Are you working on the frequencies?
Yeah, I'm working on the frequencies from here. It's a special ISO cabinet we have shoved under the bay of the bus here. I really can't talk about it. It's kind of proprietary, something Metallica, brand new, working on, you know. Don't want anybody else to steal the technology, so I'm going to have to ask you to leave and move along. There's nothing to see here, nothing to see.
Has England been quite so European?
Sweet. Right, man. You check it out. It's like in Nashville. Got a couple off the list. I'm more favored toward this. I know you guys know how to play. So.
Okay, now you've crossed. Yeah. Here
I know you really want to play this, and I know you're really dying to get that back out. Twice. 4 or 5 months ago.
Can I write some other ones on here so we can check them off? Well, we're doing Unforgiven. We've been playing that bunch.
Classic.
Yeah.
I'll get the little Danish kid. See if
little Danish kid. He'll show up later.
Sweet.
Alright, bro. Right on, man. I'll get that too. Oh yeah. Not afraid to show it. Not afraid to use it, Chad.
Me and Mom got it on my 18th birthday.
Right.
She got the Ninja Star. Silver, yeah, whatever.
Your mom's got that too?
No, she got the Ninja Star on her back.
Okay. She got an Ninja Star on her forehead.
How did you get into the meet and greet?
I had to make out with a guy outside. They made me agree to shave my head too, but they said you'd kick their ass if they went through with it, so he saved me. He signed my pass. It was pretty bad because they had to transfer Jello into my mouth from his mouth without spilling any on the ground.
It was horrible. It's horrible.
What station was that?
I'm from Charlotte. We drove down here, so I don't even know this station. It killed me.
Is it like a local station?
Yeah, they were bad.
I've already been talking to the rest of the boys about what we have for tonight.
Wish list. Okay.
I was in Nashville when you played these.
Oh yeah.
Very good. Very good.
We played them very good. So you want to hear them again? Well, how about you? Do you want to hear some different songs?
I can hear them again, but I'd really like to hear this right here.
Trapped?
Yes. I know you know how to play it. We played it a couple months ago.
I'll put this in the suggestion box, and when I do the set list, I'll pull it out and we'll see if Trapped rings any more of a bell than it does right now. I think it's got a lot of double bass.
No, you can handle that.
Oh man, I'm old, dude. I'm old.
No, you're not.
I'm old.
Hello there, I'm Tony Smith. I was with the band for a number of years, from late 80s through till about 2000 was the last time we parted in good terms. I was just retired from the road. I did my time, and now I'm recovering from all that. So that's me. I've received a number of questions that you folks have sent in. I've taken away all the R-rated ones and just left a few that I can actually answer. So I'll go through them briefly and give the briefest but best answers that I can. And apparently the most asked question on here is, what's your best memory of working with the boys? Which is an impossible one to answer because there's just so many memories over the course of those amount of years. You get through so many things. There's no one thing becomes the best. There's just a conglomeration of so many. However, on a personal, selfish note, very selfish, and this is not the best, it's just one that sticks out in my mind, is that back many years ago when the Black Album was released, and it was the turning point for the band, and they were a little nervous about, were they going to be the success or was it all going to go away? I was travelling with Kirk one day, and he was asking me what did I think. Did I think this Black Album was going to be successful? And I said to him, it's going to sell 10 million, you'll be fine. And he said to me, if it sells 10 million, I'm going to give you a Porsche. And lo and behold, a few years later, completely unexpectedly, because I'd forgotten that comment, he gave me the keys and the slip to a Porsche. So that's a pretty special memory. Not the best, but one that's special to me. How has working with Metallica affected me as a person? It's made me realise that there is a lot of things out there that you can affect without realising it, and you need to pay attention to that. Don't just go blindly ahead. I mean, these guys take into account a lot of things about the fans and the people around them and bring it into consideration before they do something. And without doing that, it can have a lot of negative effects, and that's made me realise that's what I need to do, and I try to live my life that way and look at how I'm going to affect others, not just myself. What are some negative aspects of being a tour manager? I'm to blame. I'm to blame for everything. If everything goes right, it's coincidence. If it goes wrong, it's my fault. And you do 5,000 things perfectly, no one remembers them. You do one thing wrong, you never hear the end of it. So maybe not negative, but humbling, very humbling. If I could name just one show that I personally rank as the best Metallica has ever put on, what would it be? That's an easy one. The one show that always comes back is a very small show that they did in a little village called Tuktoyaktuk up in the northwest provinces of Canada. It was done as a promotional thing. 500 contest winners were flown in to a little Inuit village, and the locals there had never heard of such a thing, and the whole thing had to be carefully prepared and planned. And it was the idea was to play a show the furthest north in the world that any band has ever played, and that whole experience was quite special. And even though it was only 500 people, that's one of the best shows in my personal memory. While you were tour manager, what was the craziest thing Metallica ever did backstage? Well, we were always quiet and reserved and shy. We never really did much. We used to like a good book, settle down and read a little, maybe play dominoes, that kind of stuff. But there's one occasion that I remember someone from Sweden, it was his birthday, and we felt he deserved a special little something, little present. So we managed to get the services of a dominatrix with the leather, the whips, the chains, and this person from Sweden, what was his name? Nicholas. He got chained up. He was completely immobile, and this dominatrix gave him the best birthday whipping he's ever had. And that was a pretty interesting night. That's one that sticks out. What have I been up to in the past couple of years? Well, I retired from the road after about 20 years. One of my biggest motivations was I had a family, some kids, and it was time I spent time with them. And that's what I've been doing. I've become a family man, look after my kids, be there for them, answer questions that I can, try and share a few experiences. If they want to know something, tell them the best way I can, but let them form their own opinions. So I am Mr. Mom, Mr. Dad, and loving every minute of it. Wouldn't change a thing. Did I think the Met Club would be such a hit? Yes, absolutely. If I didn't think so, I wouldn't have pushed so hard for it to happen. We had some interesting discussions before it came into being about doing this. Should we do it? Should we not? How could we do it? We were told so many other people that we could not make it work. And thanks to the guys giving their confidence and their faith in me and helping me put it all together, it became what it is, and I'm very pleased about that. How did I get my start as a tour manager? I never wanted to be in the music business. It was a complete accident. But basically I ended up helping out local bands and clubs and bars and doing work for nothing to gain the experience. And once I'd gained some experience, other bands started calling, and eventually someone offered me a small amount of money for my services, and it grew from there. So, start as a voluntary basis and learn what you can. The other bands, small bands, will appreciate your help, and you can appreciate the experience. My original plan for the Met Club website, the whole web thing was pretty new to me. I was very unfamiliar with it, but I realised it was time that we needed to get into something like that, and I got a couple of people in to help advise me and begin to set it up. MetOnTour.com was the first, MetClub.com was the first one, and it was struggling along at first, but thanks to some Swede who got whipped later on. But it's funny how these things come round. Who really, at the time, when the time came around, he took it in hand and built it into a really special thing. So I can only take credit for thinking that it needed to happen. The rest belongs to someone else. Nicholas was a major part of putting that whole website together and making it what it is. So he did a great job. How do I think Met Club has changed in the last 11 years, and where do I see it going? It's become huge in the last 11 years. It's become very difficult to deal with on a day-to-day basis because of the sheer volume of things. The biggest change, I think, was bringing in some people to replace me. Stefan does an excellent job with the magazine. The Met Club itself is managed on a more professional basis that could be devoted more time to, because as well as doing that, I was tour managing. I had very little time to be able to spare to it, so now we have people totally devoted to that, which is good. But I think the sheer enormity, the volume of it has grown beyond anyone's expectations. Where do I see it going in the next few years? As long as the guys keep putting the input in and the people that work there keep believing in what they're doing, then there is no limits. It could go and become something incredible, even more incredible. So hopefully that will happen that way. And thank you for the questions. It was nice to hear from you all again. So, bye-bye.
We're extremely glad that you are here to come down here and make some big noise with your friends Metallica. Thank you very much. This is a song that we don't do too often. It starts with a 5 count, all right? Leper Messiah, my friends. Spartans from the start, sucking to the point. Circus comes to town. Play the lead cloud. Freeze, want you there. Living by his terms. Ease, want you days. People for his blood. Time for lust, time for life, time to kiss your ass.